today's post is by TIFU subreddit, and the post is called TIFU by thinking a Facebook Marketplace deal will get me a date. Okay, let's read what it has to say. I know the title sounds interesting to say the least, but hear me out. I'm also sorry if I have any mistakes. I'm just typing this out fast and cringing at myself at the same time. So I was scrolling to Facebook Marketplace. It's kind of what I do rather than what the kids call doom scrolling. You doom scroll on Facebook Marketplace? I never heard this in my life. Who doom scrolls on Facebook Marketplace? Okay, that's so funny. That fact that you doom scroll on Facebook Marketplace. When a PS5, what does that even mean? When a PS5 for sale caught my eye. I guess you meant you seen a PS5 for sale that caught your eye. I'm reading it how you wrote it. So the PS5 itself wasn't really what caught my attention, but the price. Okay, the price. It was an absurd freaking 250 macaronis. And no controllers or anyways. 250 for no controller? No wires? $100 would be. I feel like $100 would be best. Like for just the system, $100. Since it's used. So I was going to troll this guy. Yes, I know. I just assume everyone's a guy. I think it's a melting. Because I know how these scumbags scalp until I see the most beautiful girl is the one selling it. Sorry if I'm reading it like this. I'm trying not to read too fast and step on my words. So her PFP looked amazing. Like my jaw actually dropped up, by the way. Okay, so the seller was a female. And she was an attractive female. Okay, she caught your attention. Okay. You thought it was a guy first. You thought you were going to troll him, but you saw that it was a beautiful woman. Okay. And honestly, I didn't give a darn about the PS5. Okay. But I knew the only way I could shoot my shot is if I asked to grab this PS5. So I messaged her, and she messaged back, which were good signs for me. I'm sorry. You really thought that you could get with her by messaging her about the PS5, but really you didn't want the PS5, you want her? Bro, you think this is a rom-com? You think in your head this is just like in the movies, you know? This is just like in the movies. It's gonna go down just like that, or like some type of anime. Like, come on, bro, be FFF or bro, be it, bro, be it. Okay. And honestly, it seemed like things were going well, really well. I mean, I'm pretty sure because she's trying to sell the PS5. She was super nice to me and honestly seemed like she was interested in me. I go to pick up the PS5, and when I saw her, she was even better looking than anything I've ever seen. She could have passed as a you-know-what store. You know what? Speaking of you know what, I think you mentioning that means it's time to put the goon material down. I think it's time to put the goon material down. I think it's time to put the gooning away. I think it's time to step outside and face reality and interact with the world, because what was that? So you see an attractive woman, and your first thought was, again, let's go back to this. Your first thought was, she was super nice to me, and she seemed like she was interested in me. You went to go pick up the PS5, and when you saw her, she was even better looking than anything you've seen before. She could pass for a you-know-what store. Sir, put the goon material down. It's time to stop gooning. It's time to let gooning go. It's 2026. That should be your number one goal in 2026. No gooning. Stop gooning. Gooning is frying your mind. It's frying your mind. It's really destroying your brain cells right now because you can't think clear. You can't think straight right now. I feel like it. And yeah, like again, people, don't goon. Leave gooning alone. Stay away from gooning. Let's get back to the actual post. So we agreed to $250, but as she was packaging things up for me, this also gave me green flags. Her just packing stuff gave you green flags? What? I admit, while I was really there and asked for her number, this is where I effed up. She just stares me what feels like the longest 2 seconds of my dang life and says, "Are you joking with me?" And I really annoyed matter and really unhappy face. I mean, let's put in her shoes. I mean, you're trying to sell a PS5 at some random guy that you trying to sell to, trying to ask for your number and trying to hit on you. It's like, wrong. Like it's the wrong place at the wrong time, man. Come on, man. She's just here to do business. She's not here to like go on dates, bro. Like this is the wrong time and the wrong place to ask that type of thing. And you don't even know she's dating somebody. You don't even know she's seeing somebody. So, yeah. Gotta do better, man. Gotta do better. Got to do better. Let's continue. After trying to get her number multiple times during the interaction with no luck, I ended up paying the darn $250 just to walk out with a PS5 and no number. And I should just not follow my gut again, LOL, or just try to focus on myself to look better. Okay, look better. Listen, if you're trying to look better, at least just one thing. Don't look smacks. Don't do the extremes when it comes to look smacking. Just do the basics. Clean, groom yourself good hygiene. Make sure you take a bath, a shower. Put deodorant on, cologne. Wash your hair, wash your face, brush your teeth. Make sure you smell good. Get a haircut. Go to the gym. Eat right, eat healthy. Take care of your body because your body's a temple. And have better thoughts, positive thoughts. Not only work on the outside, but work on the inside. Build your character up, build your charisma up, you build your confidence up, and you'll be all right to go. But I know if it was a good-looking guy, they would instantly get her number. Oh my goodness, bro. I mean, I guess, but at the same time, she's just trying to do her business. She's just trying to get rid of this PS5. And you don't even know this girl. And she don't even know you. Long time, long place. Now, if you met her outside of this, you probably would have got her number. You guys probably would have hit it off. But, again, wrong place, wrong time. Let's see what people have to say about this. That is seriously disturbing behavior. Full stop. Yep, that's not a quirk. It's a red flag sold into a parade float. Deeply unsettling. Jesus, yikes. You should not be allowed in public or online attempt. I feel there's a correlation between all the posters who get clowned on heavily by women and those who use blocks of run on text or stories. Much like she probably thought when seeing you, my eyes are bleeding. You're asking multiple times is so disturbing. Learn to take no for an answer. True. Remember, always take no for an answer. Don't try to push forward when no is no, no is no. Remember that. No is no, no is no. No matter who you are, no matter if you're male or female, no is no, no is no. And going to your, okay, going to your post, okay. Creepy, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank God she said no. Dodge boot, yeah. She's so super nice to me. No, she's bro, like, yes, this is You must have not have any female interaction for a long time for you to be excited that someone was being nice to you. That's just her job. She was just trying to sell it. Like this guy, like Archangel 935 said, yeah, no duh. She's selling you a product and doesn't want to scare away a potential customer. What gonna what gonna shoot ropes all over your undies because she waved and politely opened the door for you to. Like, come on, man, get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Let's get to the next one. This is another TIFU. This one is TIFU by possibly giving myself a concussion while playing a board game. When I was looking for in the TIFU subreddit, which if you don't know what TIFU means, it means today I effed up. So when I was looking through this subreddit, I came across this post and I was just like trying to figure out how you give yourself a concussion playing a board game. I had to find out how you gave yourself a concussion playing a board game. I gotta read this. Like, I really want to know how's that possible? How's that physically possible to give yourself a concussion playing a board game? So it says, so today I was playing a new to me card game of taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. Never heard of this before. Never heard this before. Never played this. Have you guys ever heard this or played this before? I never. My husband and I, dairy free, were leading the rules by playing with a group of friends who already knew how to play. The rules are pretty simple. Each player puts down a card in clockwise direction while saying taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. Player 1, taco. Player 2, cat. Player 3, goat, etc. Until you put down the card that matches the word being said. Then everyone has to slap their hands on the pile, and the last hand on the pile gets the whole pile. The idea is to run out of cards. Simple enough. There are a few extra characters that come into play and have their own rules. The gorilla and the gopher, MIF up, came with the unicorn. Its special rule is that when it appears, everyone has to put their hand on their head like a unicorn horn, then slap their hand down on the cards. I screwed this part up. When the unicorn card came out, everyone else did as expected. But I put my hand down, but my ADHD brain panicked and said, hey, you missed a step. So I proceeded to complete the necessary step by slamming my head onto my hand and dust the table. Okay, let's see. So I guess you put your hand like this. You put your hand on your head, I guess like this. Or, like, well, I'm assuming like this. I'm assuming. And you put your hand down. Oh, I see what you did. So you have your hand and and then you just, I don't, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but let's see what people say. I mean, that does sound crazy that you would, after you put your hand, you put your, and then, my goodness. That's failed successfully. Tickling to complete both steps, hand on head, hand on pow, and one effective, efficient, self-destructive motion. This is a advanced level fail. You didn't just cut corners, you invented a new, more disastrous geometry. It's almost impressive. I played this game eventually. Someone in my household clapped their hands with their head in between, basically clapping before you raise your hand, arms up all the way. Just double slapping yourself in the head. It's a dangerous game. Yeah, this was funny to read. I hope this person's fine. I never played this game before, so I don't really know much about it. Let me know if you guys ever played this before and if I'm doing it right. Because I mean, to me, what the poster said is they put their hand on their head, right? And I guess you put your hand down first, but then they're like in their mind, like they said, they're thinking, okay, I'll put my hand down, then I'm gonna do this. So I'm assuming that's what they did. Like they just put their hand out on the cords and the bow, and then they just did it, like really hard. So I mean, yeah, you get a concussion by doing it. But let me know if you guys played this game before. I never heard of it. Never played before. Okay, the next TIFU post, and it's TIFU by I walked into the wrong car like it was mine. This happened to me plenty of times. Let me know if this ever happened to you guys. This has happened to me plenty of times in my life. First, I'm not gonna read all this. Okay, I was out handling regular grocery stuff, nothing special, and after my shopping, when I came back to the parking lot, I grabbed car's door handle and tried to open it, but it was locked. Instead of thinking maybe this is not my car, I tried again like the cord. It's the problem, it's still locked. Now I'm annoyed for a second, like why is my own car acting like it does not recognize me? Yeah, this I picked this one because I feel like this is so relatable. This is very relatable. This has happened to me plenty of times. Then I did the worst part. I pressed the unlock button on my key fob because in my head I was already sitting in that car. Nothing happening. No lights, no sound, no little sign, nothing. That was when my brain finally wakes up and I actually look at the car for real. And there was a small sticker on the back that I did not have on my car. And the stuff inside looked different too. My stomach dropped because I realized I was trying to open somebody else's car like it was mine. And of course, right when I realized it, I looked up and there was somebody nearby watching me. Not even in the dramatic way. I'm sorry. It's so funny because you said not in a dramatic way. Like like someone just watching him, but just watching me, like they were trying to figure out what I was doing. I tried to play it off like it was nothing, like I did not just look like a car thief. I did that awkward little laugh and the fake casual move where you act like you meant to do it, but there was no cool way to do it. I was standing there with my hand on the door handle. My face was getting hot, and I could feel my confidence leaving my body. I started walking away, and I did walk too fast, which made it look worse. Then I slowed down because I realized I looked suspicious. But now I looked at even more suspicious because I was switching speeds like a confused person. My real core ends up being only a few spots away. I finally saw it when I pressed the unlock button again, and I heard the beep from the other side of the lot. I turned my head, and there it is, sitting there like it has been watching me embarrass myself. So I had to walk back through the same area and get into my actual car like nothing happened, even though inside I am dying. So yeah, there's my TIFU. I walked it up to the wrong car, tried to open it like it was mine, and I almost got myself labeled as a car thief for no reason. More of the story is I need to stop moving through life on autopilot because autopilot keeps trying to get me arrested. Yeah, this is so relatable. This has happened to me plenty of times where I thought my car that I leave the store, I go to the parking lot, I'm looking for my car, I see a car that looks just like mine, but kind of find out it's not my car, and like I'm just standing here trying to like unlock it. I'm just like, oh wait, it's not my car, and then eventually I find my car, and yeah, like that's so relatable. Let me know if that happened to you guys. Let me know if you relate to this. That's why I picked this one because I feel like this is very relatable. But let's see what people have to say. Stop worrying about what you think other people are thinking about you. They're usually not thinking about you at all. True. Other people have other things going on in their life to stop and think about you. You know, they're just trying to get their groceries or get what they gotta get and leave. So yeah, I did. Whereas was in a hurry getting to my car. As I opened the door, I was glancing back over my shoulder. I jumped in right onto the lap. That never happened to me. That never happened to me though. I never startled us both. Two almost identical SUVs parked it next to each other in the dark. My spouse waiting in our car, watching, thinking I was crazy, was almost double laughing back to my car. Has this happened to y'all guys? Because I never went in the wrong car and like sat in someone's car, or even their lap. You found the mimic. My town has a mimic too, and it seems to follow me. It nearly a few times. I did the same thing once. Came out of a gas station on a dark, rainy morning after night shift. I went to my car, opened it up, and some guy was sitting there. He had the same model and color that I had. I looked up, and my car was two spots over. I paused and said I had the same car, but I didn't. But I don't think he spoke English. I did something similar, but the lady sitting in the driver's seat was very chill about it. Okay, when I was a kid, my mom and I got into the wrong car and tried to start it. Only realized when the keys didn't turn, then we realized that none of our stuff was there, and the armrest was a different color. This is back in a time when many people just never locked their car doors. Our daughter has little enough attention to car detail that she's willing to try to get into any red. I'm assuming this is SUV. I have a Chevy, but she'll head for anything as long as it's red. Yeah, gotta teach her the right vehicle. Even though it's red, gotta teach her like, okay, this is mommy and dad's car. Make sure teach them like the right vehicle so they don't get like nothing happen to them. But yeah, I thought this post was very relatable. So let me guys know what you think about this one. And we have now our next subreddit is No Stupid Questions, and this is titled, How Can a Tune I Haven't Heard in Years Play Perfectly in My Head, but New Information Vanish almost immediately? True. That's a good question. But is it a stupid question? I mean, depending on who, but it's a good question. How can a tune I haven't heard in years play perfectly in my head, but new information vanish almost immediately? Has this ever happened to you guys? Have you had like an old song just playing in your head, and like you could remember like the lyrics to an old song perfectly clear, but when you try to like learn new information, it's like it just poof. That happened to me plenty of times. Let's see what people have to say. This is due to our brains prioritize, store, and access different types of memories. You guys ever watch what's that Pixar Disney movie? Inside Out. Inside Out. That's it. Inside Out. You guys ever watch Inside Out? Is it something like Inside Out? Okay, the way this like flex therapist CEUs describe, it's like I picture like our brains like doing like what the characters Inside Out do, like in our brains, like the prioritize, store, and access different types of memories. Like they put the little ball thing, and they put it in, it shoots up, and it goes in speed store. Like that's how I imagine it. And well, then why is it prioritize random music? How is that adventurous to our survival? Because when the music stops in my head, the voice. when the music stops in my head, the voices get loud. You might want to get professional help if that happens. I think you might want to talk to somebody if that ever happens. If the music ever stops and the voices get loud, like you might need to talk to somebody. Music has probably been with humanity for a long time, along with language, and seeing how it's practically in every culture is obviously important for building community, ensuring survival over time. It's probably also adventurous to have good memory for auditory signals in the environment, either by recognizing prey, but also potential dangers. It's not so much that it's prioritizing it, but that it's easier to remember other information. When someone has a traumatic brain injury and loses their speech, they use music to accelerate relearning language, as our brains are good at processing. It's the same reason we have nursery rhymes to help children. Okay. Yeah. Fun fact. The brain definitely plays favorites with what it decides to hang on to. It does. Old songs can start deep with emotion and repetition. New information has no roots yet, so it slips fast until you use it more. Yeah, yeah, true, true. You know what? Speaking of like repetition and speaking of music, how do singers still remember their songs? Like I always want to know, like when singers perform, like how do they still remember like their song, all their songs to perform? Like is that also stored in their memories? Like if you're a singer that's been singing for over like let's say 30 years now, how do you remember all your songs 30 years ago to now, word for word? Like how would you know? Like if you oh my goodness, if you were if you were to retire today, and let's say 2 years has passed since you performed, how do you automatically still remember your lyrics from 30 years ago? Like, I always want to know how singers do it. Because your brain stores music and emotion really deep, but treats new information as disposable unless it's reinforced. Songs get repeated, tied to the memories, and basically live rent free forever. And ancient facts don't get that same VIP treatment. Memory is a strange thing, right? Means I don't know what that person's saying. Okay, to the next post. Another no stupid questions. This one is why is there so much that can make us permanently dumber and more violent, but nothing that makes us permanently smarter or more peaceful? We often hear about trauma illness that makes us more violent and less intelligent. Lead, malnutrition, mercury, head trauma, etc. Is there anything that does the opposite? Like, oh yeah, you got manure poisoning is going to permanently reduce your aggression. Education. Yeah. Education. Yeah. That's one thing. That's one thing that can, you know. Also, physical training is in most other case beneficial. Yeah. Travel. Not necessarily cruises or resorts. Yeah. Some good options. What? Education helps, but it's not permanent. The environment keeps working against it. True. It's depending on what's being taught. It depends what you're learning. Can affect you. Like if you're learning certain things, depending on the type of topic or subject that you're learning. It is easier to destroy than create. It can take 100 years for barren land to be forest, and it can burn down in a weekend. It took 9 years to build. In short, entropy. Entropy means that it is always easier for things to become more chaotic than orderly. You can create order, but it takes more energy than chaos. Even destruction are chaotic. Good is often orderly. That's why being good is harder. You're literally fighting upstream of the flow of the universe. Aggression is the default state in pieces learned. Children are by and large aggressive in asserting their wants and needs, and parents have to teach them to calm down and be patient and understand that not every desire can be met. In a functioning society, peaceful interaction is the default. Everything works because people respect the peace. But if things stop working, then peace becomes secondary to need, and we devolve to our animal ways, where survival requires aggressive defense of resources or offenses to acquire resources. So true. If you ever want an opinion on something, a toddler can understand. They'll tell it to you. It's both refreshing because it doesn't come from malice, and exhausting because they don't understand boundaries. Think of peace not as its own thing, but as an aggression control. because destroying things comes with collateral damage. So trying to improve someone through destruction is hard. There's a reason lobotomies and things like that were a thing. Mm. As a species, we want peace because it allows for our species to survive. Constant infighting would threaten our stability as a species and also make us more vulnerable to predators. As a matter of fact, we survive by working together. Okay. Yeah, let's see. What's my take on this? What is my take about all this? I think your environment. I think your environment can also play a part in this. Like, you know, what you see in your environment, what you're taught in your environment, can also play a part of this, and a role in this. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you think about this post. You know, about why is there so much that can make us permanently dumber and more violent than, but nothing that makes us permanently smarter or more peaceful. Let me know what you guys think about this. I think, you know, education, yes. Physical training could be a part. Travel could be a part. Um, your environment, I believe your environment could be a part of this. Um, it can, can play a part of like a part of all this. But let's get to the next segment, next post. Okay, another no stupid questions one. What do men usually notice first about women? It is mostly physical at first, but or do things like attitude, energy matter more early on? Okay, let's see. Me personally, it's physical because, again, it's gonna be physical first. Then, then as soon as the person opens their mouth, then it's attitude and energy. Let's see what other people have to say. It's almost always physical at first because that's the only data available from across the room. True. Because when you first meet someone, you're looking at how they look first. You don't know nothing about them, so you're just basing on their physical appearance. Men usually notice the silhouette, hair, outfit, and general physical appearance. True. That's what I noticed too. However, as soon as an interaction starts, the physical is quickly overtaken by energy. A beautiful woman seems close off or angry is often less notable in a positive way than someone who's laughing or engaged with her friends. Well said to a degree, but I will add the physical appearance does says a lot. Like, does her outfit match? Is it pieced together? Did she spend time and effort on her makeup, or did she just use a paint roller and douse her eyelashes? True. That's also another thing of the way a person looks. Like, did you really take care of yourself, or you just put anything on? Like, you just left the house like that? Come on, man, you could do better than that. So yeah, the details, man. Yeah, the details of how she's dressed, or if you're a woman looking at viewing a man, or whoever your preference is, the details matter. That gives insight into what your personality would be like. True. Okay. Let's see. York says this. Trying to explain this to a lot of women is such a pain, though. The obvious logic of I can't be attracted to your intelligence, humor, etc. from across the room. Yeah, how can I be attracted to you? I mean, I don't even know who you are. I'm just going based on what you look like first. Then once I get to hear you out, then I can also base that off. But for the most part, I'm just right now. I mean, if we're across the room, how we're not mind readers. I'm not a mind reader, okay? I would, it'd be great to have that type of power, that type of ability, but I'm not a mind reader. So if you're across the room, I'm across the room. I'm looking at you, looking at me. I'm looking at your physical first. Then once we get closer, then we start talking like in figure you out. It's never complicated. They just think you're shallow, but you're absolutely right. Of course, we are initially attracted physically. Yes, it's physical attraction first, always. But if a hot woman can't keep up a conversation, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, York, York, York. Thank you, York. Okay, right here, right here. This is what I'm talking about. It don't matter. She could be a 10 out of 10. She could be the baddest of the baddest. She could be a baddie. I don't know why I did that, but you know what I'm saying. But here, what York is saying, what I've been saying, this right here. But if a hot woman can't keep up a conversation, that attraction fizzles quickly. That's what I've been saying. As soon as she opens her mouth, the attraction's up here, right? She looks good. We all know she looks good. She's a baddie. She's a badass of the best. She's you know, she's up. But when she opens her mouth, and it's something that I don't agree with, or something that just turns me off, or whatever, it goes down. Thank you. That's what it is. Thank you, York. That's because like, and then it's also your attitude, your energy, your attitude. Like you could, and then your character, the way you treat people. If I see you mistreating people and stuff like that, it's down. It's down. I guess it's hard for them to understand your point of view due to how shallow society is as a whole, putting a ton of importance on very specific traits that are deemed beautiful and dehumanizing. Anyone that isn't deemed attractive, I'm not saying you do that, by the way. I'm saying the reason they don't understand is because they're making an assumption about what you mean and sticking with that assumption instead of actually listening to your point of view and understanding it. I have had this happen to a lot about many different controversial topics due to people seeing life in all black or all white instead of nuances. Okay. I hear you out, but I gotta say that I live in New York City. I see attractive women every day riding the subway, walking down the street. I'm worried that I'm not. What the heck? Some of them, and I at least make eye contact with them, but I'm not making eye contact with the men. The less attractive women, the grannies with their courts. I notice when they struggle, maybe I should help them. You should help them. Like, what? Why are you not helping the grannies? Like, come on, man, be better. Like, if you see an old woman struggling, help her, man. Don't let her struggle. Am I making eye contact with it, or am I looking at the courts? It must be exhausting walking down the street and every guy's looking at you. When they understand the obvious logic, they also understand the obvious fact that in that moment they are something other to you, something foreign. Really, as you walk around, notice who you look at, who you attempt eye contact with. Pay attention to your subtle behaviors and ask yourself: are you engaging a human being, a person who suffers is worthy of compassion, or are you a predator looking for the best target moments to make a move? I don't even know what's going on in this section right here. Like, what the heck? Feet. Oh, you one of those types. Oh, he's one of them. A like AP Elliott. You're one of those types. You're a feet guy. I don't like feet. I'm not a feet guy. I don't care for feet. I mean, I guess. Okay, if we're going based off physical attraction, you noticing a woman's feet is like the first thing you see. It's like, first off, why are you looking down? Like, why are you looking down? That's just. And the next poster just talking about like the physical parts of the body. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you think about these Reddit posts. Let me know if you want to read more Reddit posts and dive into more subreddits. Let me know. Let me know next time. Peace.